So my coming out story starts really in the early 1980s, and it wasn't so much a coming out, but we never stopped coming out all our lives. And I was more than ready to come out by the time I was 11 years old. I was well aware that my parents in particular had quite strong, not particularly positive views of gay people. I was also aware that I was being bullied at school for being gay, including by staff who obviously picked up on it before I did. I think if circumstances had been different, I'd have been that guy from Queer as Folk who didn't come out of the closet, he burst out with all guns blazing. But things were different, and so I came out to my mother on the first morning of what would now be year 11 at school, and her response was, "Don't be stupid, you're far too young to know that." So I promptly walked to school and told the physics teacher, whose response was, "And is there a problem with that?" And from there on out I kind of thought, oh right, okay, so actually there isn't a problem with this. And came out at work when I first had a job in retail, and everyone was kind of, yeah, well actually we knew that before, why do you have to tell us? And it's kind of been like that from then on really. I suppose the only time I hesitated at all was when I first started teaching, because an old teacher who taught me and knew that I was going into a teaching career said, "You'll have to go back in the closet, there's no way you can be a teacher and be out," which made me kind of almost arrogant and thought, hang on, no, if that's the attitude, I'm coming out. But at the time I did so, I was working in an inner city comprehensive school, and there were some fairly old-fashioned, quite prejudiced staff there. But that got taken out of my hands because the pink paper wanted stories about experience of teaching under Section 28. And I thought they'd be inundated with stories, so I sent mine in thinking it would be ignored. It was the whole front page. So every copy of the pink paper up and down the country had me all over the front page with my story, and there was no real going back in after that.